Yeah, of course it does. And if I wanted to use this to build something like my own Gemini that was specialized to Rust,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, that seems like a fun example. Would that be feasible? Do you think?
I think
Is that a good
so.
hobby project?
I think so, but I haven't dug into that too much yet. So,
Okay. What have you done? What are you building with it? Maybe that's the last question.
I did a fun project with. So I've been touring around the country right now. We are kind of getting people up to speed on what is ADK. So we built this like super cool RPG related RPG themed. So I have different people doing different things. So as an ADK users, I call them the summoner, right? So basically what they do is they will summon different familiar, like the water familiar. They will have, for the water familiar, the water magic will have to, you have to call them in parallel. So how do I execute that so I can have a water magic, water attack for my boss? And how do I do a sequential fire drill so I can have a very powerful fire magic to defeat my boss? And then I have the looping agent to save energy for the earth. So we're calling them the summoner, so they can do all that kind of fun stuff. And I have the vibe coder as Shadow Blaze because they can do like super fun stuff. So they can quickly come up with like inventory of weapons with MCP. So I have them build a bunch of weapons with the MCP servers so they can use them as different attack methods. And I also have the data engineers as the scholar. So they get to build their own agent RAG, so they can kind of figure out with the it's unstructured data because we all work with ancient poems. Ancient poems has ability to figure out how to defeat your boss, of course. So they'll use that as their knowledge to defeat the boss. And we also have the platform engineers who is deploying their own LLMs. So then we talk about how do you run LLM on top of VLMs, and how do you look at the observabilities and the first token to come out and all kind of stuff, so you can kind of see the performances and all that. So we are doing that across the country. It's super fun, like seeing people like getting into like the RPG fun stuff. It's just super fun stuff.
That's something. If you ever come through London with that talk, I want to be there. Is it available online? Can I check that code out now?
It's the code lab itself is online. I'll share that later with you. So you can actually go through that yourself. But we are not, unfortunately, because I am mostly in the Americas area. So we do that in United States. We probably do that in Latin America. But I'm not sure if we're going to do an online version of it. But yes, the code is available online.
Okay. I'll check it out, and I'll just have to get a ticket across west to come and see you live.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun. People loved it.
That's great fun. It makes me think I've got to go and build a sub-agent that will draw my Dungeons and Dragons maps for me.
People love
I'm hopeless at that.
People notice like the inspiration was coming from Diablo and Final Fantasies, like the things I play. So
Okay, we've gone through all the geeky stuff and now proved we're nerds too. So on that note, Christina, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Christina. If you want to try ADK out, then take a look in the show notes for the links, as always. Life has been keeping me extremely busy at the moment, so I really only had a chance to do the absolute basics. I got something set up with a straightforward pipeline calling OL Armor locally on my machine. What I can tell you is the initial experience is certainly very straightforward. If you're happy writing Python, I'm sure you'll have no trouble getting something working at all. If you do manage to build something more serious than I've had time for, do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences, especially if you put it in production. Speaking of feedback, if you haven't already, please take a moment to like this episode or maybe share it with a friend, and make sure you're subscribed, because we'll be back soon with another interesting voice from the development world. Until then, I've been your host, Chris Jenkins. This has been Developer Voices with Christina Lin. Thanks for listening.